Hey guys, Carl from Purple Moose Plays. I've got another Purple Moose's Parcels for you today with another package directly from Noble Knight Games. This one comes a bit quicker than they usually have been coming because, as you probably already know, but I will point it out again, this now being my third of this type of video, Noble Knight is sponsoring this channel, but what I really want to point out again is that Noble Knight has a wonderful trade-in program that you basically send an Excel sheet of all of the games you're trying to get rid of to Noble Knight. They will price them for you, and if you agree to the pricing either in store credit, which you get a bit more for, or in cash, they will then send you a mailing label that you put on, or mailing labels if you have multiple boxes, that you put on the packages that you're sending to them. You pay nothing in shipping, they go directly to Noble Knight. And I'm pointing this out because the reason this video is coming so soon after the other is that in addition to the sort of monthly store credit I get from Noble Knight as part of my sponsorship, I did send off a big package of games to Noble Knight, which you can see in my first Purple Moose Purges video from a little while back. But what that meant is I had a little extra credit left plus the credit I was given from Noble Knight. So I decided to put in another order, and here we go with another Purple Moose's Parcels. All right, so here is the box that I've just received from Noble Knight. Let's dig in and see what's in there. And already you can see some goodness shining through. First things first, let's start this way. Flashback Zombie Kids. This is one I got to sort of play with my nephew, but also potentially with my son. He's only 5, but he's really, really into games. And this is one that I thought maybe could be fun to play together with him. It does say 7+. My nephew just turned 9, so that's going to be perfect for him. Actually, my nephew has played the original Zombie Kids game, and I'm hoping to eventually get it played with my son as well, because I didn't get a chance to play beyond the first 1 or 2 games myself. But this, very differently than the original Zombie Kids, which is a sort of co-op, sort of risk management, pandemic style kind of game, this is kind of like an escape room, but not really escape room, because it's more about investigation and exploring. So on the cards you'll see numbers, and those numbers will give you different cards, kind of like you see in the Unlock games. But the point of this is that basically each of these pictures is looking at the scene through somebody else's different viewpoint of that scene and using what you see to try and figure out what's going on and answer different kinds of questions. And I recently heard a review about this game, and I didn't realize it. Here it says, discover real gizmos that modify the game and replay each of the 3 scenarios. So I thought it was all just that sort of card-based, sort of different perspective, solving problems, answering questions kind of game. But now I really want to see what these gizmos are that change things up and play with the game in quite an interesting way. So I'm excited to play this, but also I'm interested to show this off to both my nephew and my son. Hopefully that is Flashback Zombie Kids. Now, if I remember correctly for the rest of this package, you're going to see a bit of a theme here, and you can already see here on top of the box is the Root Underworld expansion. And I say you're going to see a bit of a theme here because I recently finally got Root off the shelf, playing it both multiplayer with some coworkers, but also solo with the Clockwork expansion. And then I actually introduced my father to it recently as well as a multiplayer game. 2-player with some of the Clockwork bots mixed in, and I am loving absolutely everything about Root. Previously, I'd only ever played PAX Premier 2nd Edition from Cole Wehrle, and now I'm really, really excited about both later games because of this amazing Kyle Farron artwork, but also because of the great Cole Wehrle designs. So I needed to expand my Root, and I figured what better way than to use some of this credit to start expanding, and then hopefully if I get in enough plays, I can potentially bring a video or 2 of Root solo to the channel. So here again is the Root Underworld expansion, bringing in these sort of corvids or crow-looking guys and these moles. I know nothing about how they play. I'm just excited to add some new maps, to add some new factions. I'm very, very excited for this. And as I move this away, you're going to see what I mean by this new obsession, because, well, I can't have the new expansion without the ability to play it solo. So here is Clockwork Expansion 2. that will allow me to play with those moles and those corvids in solo, and eventually will also let me play with the lizards and the river folk. Hopefully I get that expansion before too long, but I don't want to go too crazy because I should play the stuff that I've got before I get new stuff. But that is that. I'm very excited about being able to mix in some of these other factions, both multiplayer now and solo as well. And then continuing to dig in here, this one was a little one. I figured why not throw it in with a little bit of the credit I had left. This is the Root Exiles and Partisans deck. And if you don't know already, what this does is it replaces the deck of cards in the original game and sort of mixes up the way they work and the different abilities and stuff that they give. So I figured if this is going to be a game that I'm getting into, having the additional variability potential in this deck is something that I'd really love to add to the game. So that's that. And now you'll see, it's not just about Root for me now. I am in. I am curious. I've heard lots of good things about. This is Ahoy. This is a new-ish game from Leader Games as well. Not a Cole Worley design. Still has great artwork from Kyle Farron. Still has what seems to be, because I haven't played it yet, great asymmetrical gameplay. It's sort of a move around the map. From what I understand, some of them are sort of doing area control on the board, and these smugglers are sort of doing a pick up and deliver game on the same map that the other two factions are doing this area control battle. So it's a really cool sort of kind of two factions doing the same thing and kind of two factions doing another same thing, but also different from each other in the way that they do those things. Very, very interesting to me. Now you do see this as 2 to 4 players. So this doesn't have solo out of the box, but I did look on BGG and I believe there's at least one, maybe 2 fan-made solo games, and one of them seems to do sort of what the Clockwork expansion does for Root, in that it adds in sort of AI for each of the different factions. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm curious enough to give it a shot, and even if it doesn't, I'm hoping that I can get this played with my father or with some of those coworkers or somebody else, because this seems to be a slightly less complicated game than Root is, but I am very, very, very excited to try this out. And assuming this goes well, I'm very, very excited to sort of expand into other Leader games and other Cole Worley games as well. Yes, I am a little bit obsessed. Yes, I am a bit of a collector, so I jump on things quicker than I probably should do, but I'm excited. Yay, let's see how that one plays. So that's the bottom of the box. Let me just bring everything back on screen to show you everything that I got in this package. All right, so there you have it. Another Purple Moose Parcels. This time very, very, very Later Games heavy, with this cool sort of puzzly game that I hope to play with my nephew and son. I'm very excited to get into all of this stuff. I'm not sure which of these will come to the channel. I will absolutely cover that one when I get it played through. I hope to bring some kind of Root video, maybe 1 or 2 Root videos to the channel. If you have any suggestions or if you have any requests about which factions you'd like to see, which solo mode, sort of which Clockwork bots you'd like to see on the channel, let me know. Likewise, if that solo mode on BGG works well for Ahoy, you will absolutely see that coming to the channel as well, given free time to get that video done. Just pointing out, you will notice that some of them now don't have shrink wrap. Some of them do. That's because these were purchased used and these are purchased new. Just a reminder that Noble Knight does have a very nice used buy and sell program. So buying used in really nice condition, as you can see, is very much worth it from Noble Knight, because you save a little bit of money that way and you still get a pretty awesome game. So that's it for me today. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about these games, if you've played them, if you want to see anything else from the channel, if you'd like me to focus on one of these sooner or later, whatever it is, leave some comments down below. I love having chats with all of you, and I will see you all real soon. Though just before I go, as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon below. And if you do end up buying something through Noble Knight, please make sure to use my affiliate link down below to throw some love towards my channel. I'll see you all again real soon. Thanks.